we have this with, that would be great. I know it's been a long day for everyone, and you've done such great work. For those of you who didn't hear some of my attempts to get everyone excited earlier on, I'm Ross Hall, I'm a meteorologist with Global News, and Global has been supporting this event and a part of this event for a long time, and it's especially important for me being a meteorologist on a day like today when the wind chill is around the minus 20s. Any of you who've been outside, it's a little chilly in this warehouse, but can't imagine being outside in these conditions and not have the right gear or just not have a home. Unfathomable for many of us, but that is the reality for hundreds and thousands of people every day. So I wanted to just thank everyone, all the volunteers for being here today, for putting these kits together that are so essential for the homeless. And of course, this event would not be possible without the person standing right beside me here, Jody Steinhauer, who it's now 25 years. We're calling it an unanniversary because we prefer, although it's great for all of us to come together, that we not have to do these types of events. But the reality is that things are getting even worse for people that don't have homes, and just the economic situation out there too. So another year of, 3,500 kits, but talking to Jody, there was a need for close to 29,000 kits. So there's a big need for this, and you've all played an important role. So I'll invite Jody to come over here, and we've got some guests here today, Toronto Police Service and various people. So I'll let you do some talking to Jody. Thank you.
Thank you, Ross, and thanks to everybody. Firstly, I'm the one a lot of people know from the charity, but Rhonda Best, where are you? Rhonda? All right. And Michelle, and Lori, and hold on, there you go. And Jaden. We're all business people who just really care. And then we've got, people like Michael, like so many people here who have just come together to make a difference. Scott, who used to be with the police force, who's been here from day one. All of this is truly community. And then on top of it, we're the people going to do things. And then we've got, all of our friends. I see Nancy, you've been here from day one from Scotia. Carmela, CIBC, day one. RBC, new partner. Look at this warehouse, Apex Global Logistics. We've got this amazing warehouse, way more space than we do in mine, and a fabulous lunch, Andrew and his entire team family. Perimeter, Stuart, where are you? There you go. Stuart, awesome. I remember the first time I met you, and now Stuart's mobilized, and they're doing a lot of this and bringing it to, what do I call it? Kitchener, Waterloo area. Looking after agencies there. CBRE's come on board. Gowlings. Optimus has been around for 12, 13 years in a huge way. New foundation, Dream. And Global Fortigo Freight. Shipping the stuff everywhere. I can't even tell you. Meridian. And our friends at Toronto Police Services. Toronto Police Services, a lot of people don't understand how important the police are. They're usually the first people when somebody calls and says there's a homeless person. They're the first people who get that contact. So they're vitally important, and we're going to talk to some of those people today. We're also going to talk about, we shouldn't be doing this, okay? I hate doing this project. Why? It makes me angry, right? Why are there homeless people? Why? There's a really easy solution, and I'm a business person. And one word. What's the word how we can solve homelessness?
Housing.
Housing. Smart man. Good thing I'm married. Housing. That's what we need. So for all of you who are here, be really proud of yourselves, but put the pressure on our politicians. There's lots of talk, right? We're hearing it. Budgets, blah, blah, blah. Where the hell's the housing? Get it to us now. There's never been so many vacant buildings. And if you put a bunch of business people around the table, I used to be on Jack Layton's housing task force. We'll figure it out in 5 minutes. We'll get someone to buy out another building and all those offices where people are working at home. Let's just make it into housing so we don't have over 300 plus people living on our streets because they can't find a place to go. Everybody agree with that? Yeah. All right, housing. But until we find enough housing, we as a group, all of you come back year after year, are committed to doing it. So I want to bring up a couple people just who are really important to hear their story and why they're involved. And then, after we do this, there's over 200 shelters outreach and drop-ins. They're going to be pulling up. They're already starting to pull up, and they're waiting for all of us to go outside and load the vehicles. And they're all going to be loaded up within the next 3 hours, okay? And those kits will be on the streets in a matter of minutes. Because Ross told us, like, how long can we stand out on a day like today with exposed skin, Ross?
Oh, it's exposed skin under these types of conditions in wind chill in a matter of minutes. You can experience frostbite. So that's hypothermia is also a concern as well. So these are very dangerous conditions that people have to suffer through, and obviously they need help. So that's what these kits are going to help to do. There's a big focus on warm weather items like we've got gloves in there. There's sleeping bags. There's all these things that are important. Obviously, you don't want people outside under these conditions, as we talked about. There's a housing crisis, and you want them to have housing. But in emergency situations, these things come in handy, and just in discussions with Jody and various people that are on the front lines of this, it often happens that someone is in the elements and doesn't have any help. So that's where this is going to come in really handy.
Yeah, perfect. All right, well, firstly, I would like to call a new face to the project. 13th Division, John Stockfish and the crew have been around for ages. This is your first time. Inspector Ojeski, why don't you come on board and tell us what you'd like to share with us?
Thank you. Thank you, Jody. Thank you, everybody, for being here today, and Jody especially starting this 25 years ago, this amazing charity. We're very proud to be part of this, and members of 13th Division have been part of this since the inception of this charity 25 years ago. And we are all still here today. We have our neighborhood officers under the leadership of Staff Sergeant John Stockfish. And it's just an incredible event and charity, and definitely something that is needed across our city. And I know these kits will go out across not just Toronto, but the GTA, and over 3,500 kits will be distributed today to over 200 agencies. And we're truly proud to be part of this and working in partnership with all of the agencies and sponsors. And Jody, thank you for having us. Thank you.
And thank you too for all you do. You don't always get a congratulations, but a lot of times you even are getting kits to put in your cruisers in the high-risk areas, and you will also be able to do that where you call the agencies and say, we've got someone, can we work together? So thank you. Craig Beattie, where are you? Come on up. Great partnership, and this is what it's all about. We're business people, right? We build relationships, that's what we do. So Rhonda on our board has been connected, we'll say to Perimeter, and then you guys got the bug, and here you are. Come on, Craig.
Well, thanks very much, Jody. We're really thrilled to be here today to have the opportunity to participate and help out. Just as background, our organization, Perimeter Development Corporation, is in the real estate development business in Waterloo Region. And as Jody said, Rhonda has been a great friend of ours for many years, and we've been supporters, and our involvement has sort of grown over the years, where we are now, this afternoon, we'll be taking 250 packs back to Waterloo Region to distribute to many of the agencies there who use them to interact with and deal with those experiencing homelessness. In the real estate business, we sort of have a bit of a front row seat to some of the challenges occurring in cities everywhere, and that's how this endeavor has been really gratifying for us to be involved in for so many years. And so we're really appreciative of it, and for us, and I think everybody who's here today, it's more than just sort of, we get attached to things more than just writing a check, but we can actually make an effort to come and be involved and put some hard work to contribute. So appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
And they brought a lot of friends to the project too. So Rhonda, thank you for your amazing relationships with Perimeter, and we welcome you back twice a year. We hope for many, many. Hopefully we don't have to see you, but we don't have a problem. We always like to give a voice to what it's like to be an outreach worker. So Andre and Anna are here, and we're going to start with you guys first. Christy Ossington Neighborhood Center is an incredible partnership. Andre, I don't even know how many agencies I've known you from, and that's what happens in the outreach role. You know, when people talked about COVID and how tough it was working in a hospital, I said, working in a hospital, try working in a homeless shelter during COVID, where there's no walls, there's no isolation. In my mind, these are the heroes. These are the people that are out there day and night, bridging the gap and helping the people tell the stories and helping them find home and getting to that next place. So they're going to tell you a little bit about what they're seeing. And then we've invited a friend who's going to afterwards, who's lived experience of homelessness, and she's going to share her story with us. And so we can really all understand how important this topic is and why we need to communicate and go home and tell our friends and family and co-workers how bad this really is. So.
First of all, thank you, Jody. Thank you very much for having us here today. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to share our experiences working with the homeless community. And I'm very excited to be here. And it's been very, very challenging. I'm working as a community liaison. I've been in the field for just a couple of years, but I know to see a lot, and the challenging is being working with homeless people. And when we hear the word homeless, you may think it's only about house, but it's much, much, much than that. It's a lot out there. It's really, really challenging. It's addictions, mental health, depression, anxiety, and the people out there really, really need us. And I'm very excited to be here because to see people here that supporting our mission as well. And when I came this morning, I see people moving backpacks, but more than seeing backpacks and items filled with necessary items, I see people very passionate. I see people put in their love, compassion, and hope, because I believe you have hope. That's the reason we're supporting, and we have hope that we want to change and supporting people out there. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here.
Terry, come on up here. This is my new friend, Terry. Okay. So, Terry's going to tell you her story, okay? And I want you, to think. I have a son right now who's here, who's in hospitality. And you've got lots of education and everything. And this, we hope that this moment is good luck for you, and this is going to turn everything around, okay? But thank you for sharing your story, because it's important. We really all understand. You didn't choose to have this life. Okay, take it away.
I've been homeless for about 4 years now because it's really, really hard to find a place. I slept in TTCs, Tim Hortons, tents, access storage. It's just really hard, and I'm into a different place now where I'm trying to get my life back in order, and Washington shelter has been so good and taken care of, but it's not very easy. It's just really, really hard. Everyone always judges you because oh, you don't have an education or anything like that. And I graduated high school, I graduated college. I have degrees. It's just really, really hard to be on the street with people judging you, and it's just really sucks. Really bad. But honestly, to help, take time and actually get to know people, not just judge them for who they are, just because they're homeless. There's a lot of people going through mental health, a lot of mental health, and it's really hard when you don't have anyone there to help you, and everyone's just just really hard on you, and it's a lot of people with mental health. It's a struggle, So that honestly, they'd rather sleep in tents and sleep in storage rooms or on the subway than deal with people judging you.
Thank you.
My name is Andre, and I work with Anna, and Anna did a lovely job. But thank everybody for coming here today. But more importantly, housing is huge, but what we really need to do is actually take it seriously. There's a lot of people hurting out there. There's a lot of people in need. And what you see on the street is only a small fraction of what is really happening out there. Some of us can probably look inside of our own household and know that there are people that need help. The same compassion that you give to your own people is the people that you see every day. It is really tough out there. 20 years ago, this would have been a smaller community, not such much of a need. 25 years later, for lack of a better word, almost at epidemic level. It's everywhere. It's no longer identified as a certain class of people or sexual orientation. It's everybody. I worked in the shelter system for a long time, and what I'm seeing now is generational. I'm seeing parents coming in with their kids. I'm seeing people who were in the shelter system 10, 15 years ago, now their kids are coming in. And if we don't take it seriously, we don't look at it properly, it's going to be with us forever. We live in a great country, we have great people, and I'm nowhere near implying that we're not doing enough, but we need to do more. And if we start with ourselves, and everybody looks at themselves and then put it forward, we will conquer this and put Jody out of business in 5 years from now. Thank you for your time and thank you for coming.
All right. And thank you guys, and thank you for sharing your story, because I think it's really important that we all really understand and take a pause and just kind of think about how lucky we are. You know, my word of the year is kindness. And I think just smiling at somebody and saying, hey, how are you? Or, you know, those random acts of buying someone a coffee, or you know, we all walk by people on the street and just saying, hey, are you okay? Or smiling is that simple. We can all do that, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think sometimes it can seem overwhelming because it is, as we've heard, it's a serious issue. But I think it starts with small gestures and a smile, or, you know, I wouldn't call today a small event. I think what everyone has put in, but every individual to come here today, you've all made a difference, and we've seen it in thousands in terms of the kits available for people out there. So, yeah, you're right.
So now we got to get those kids out of the street. So I want to introduce you to my boss, Rhonda. Okay, Rhonda is the chair of our board, and she's tough. So listen to Rhonda. She's going to tell you what's best.
It's not even true. Anyway, now we're getting to the most important part of the day, which is getting those kits into the hands of the people that need them the most. These agencies will pick up this afternoon, and I guarantee you, some of these agencies, especially the ones that are outreach, they will be on the street tonight giving us these kits. And it's going to make a difference in the life of someone. So the distribution plan is as follows. We have 3 docking stations. The first is right at the back of here. That's going to be CIBC and RBC. And you're going to be loading primarily 5s and maybe some 10 packs. Once you go through this archway here where the banner, the Apex banner is, there's an archway. You go there to the right, you're going to see 2 more doors. Those are the blue doors, and that's Scotiabank, Apex, and Bargains Group, whoever can join in. And then if you go through those doors and you turn left, that's going to be Perimeter and Optimus. So the backpacks and the kits will be close to your stations. You will have an Apex person nearby to assist if you need help with moving a pallet or even heavy boxes or cutting open things. We've arbitrarily assigned like greeters. So the greeter is the person that actually greets the person driving the car and takes their email from them or looks at it if they have it on their phone, confirms how many kits and sleeping bags they're getting, and it will always be the same number. We also give you a master list, and you can agree that check them off, and who's nodding and a million times, and that's why you're the greeter. And then you'll have a person who's a lead on your team. They're responsible for counting and making sure that the right number of backpacks and kits get into backpacks and sleeping bags, get into the trunk or wherever else they want you to put them. Hopefully, if agencies have listened, they've cleaned out their trunks. Too often we see people arriving with a Costco order and then we're trying to pack them around them. So sometimes you'll have to open the sleeping bag boxes and actually fit them around. Sometimes you can just slide a whole box of sleeping bags right inside. It really just depends on the car that they bring. So the rest of the team can be split in two. So some people will be outside loading cars. Some people will be inside moving things right to the edge of the dock so that the people outside can easily get them. So spell each other off. We have heat in the warehouse, which is awesome. It's going to be cold when the doors are open, but not as cold as it is outside. So you can move back and forth between inside and outside as needed. And if you find that you really have nothing to do, just come and find me, and I will find you something inside to do. I don't know.
If anybody doesn't have a hat or gloves, we have.
If you need a hat or some fresh gloves or something, we do have some. And the first agencies are arriving at 12:45, so please be in place by then. If you are a greeter or a team lead, meet me at the bottom of the stairs here, and I'll give you some. Actually, you can just meet me right here, and I'll give you your list and a marker and a clipboard. And I will come around to each dock in the next 20 minutes and just make sure everyone understands and everything's going smoothly. So we really appreciate you sticking around. It's super important that we get these kids actually out there. It's not enough just to happen. And thanks, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. And if you're cold, come in, get warmed up, and we'll go back outside. Thank you.
Just go down here and show you the bags they're talking about. They're all packed. Some great food happening here. So the volunteers have done an amazing job packing these kits up, and now all of these kits, and there's another pile like this at the other end, are going to be set for distribution into the street. If you feel like you want to support this organization, you can donate online at engageandchange.org. There's video being posted on the Engage and Change TikTok account. We've got all the social media channels going, so stay tuned and you'll be able to see how many people are involved and what a great initiative this is. Project Winter Survival, Toronto, Ontario, Canada.